We've all had that moment. You're standing in the airport security line, your heart racing as the TSA officer pulls your bag aside. Your mind starts spinning. Did I pack my medications correctly? Did I miss a new 2025 rule? And worst of all, what if they toss my prescription right here in front of everyone? But here's the good news. After this video, that anxiety stops for good. You'll know exactly what's changed in 2025. How to pack your medicines the right way, and how to avoid the costly mistakes most travelers are still making. This year's TSA updates might look minor, but a few small rule changes can decide whether you keep your meds or lose them at the checkpoint. So, in this guide, I'll walk you through every step, from how to pack pills and liquids to what customs officers check when you fly internationally. Stay till the end, because I'll also reveal the most common mistake that gets travelers stopped and the one rule that guarantees your medication makes it through every airport safely. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe for more real travel updates like this, and check out my TSA-approved travel essentials linked below in the description to make your next trip smoother and stress-free.
The golden rule: never pack meds in checked bags. Let's start with the single most important rule every traveler should know before anything else, before we talk about labels, liquids, or TSA screening. It's simple, but absolutely critical. Never pack your essential medications in your checked luggage. I can't stress this enough. Under no circumstances should life-saving or daily use medicine ever go into the bag that disappears onto the conveyor belt. Those medications belong with you, in your personal item, your backpack, or the small purse that stays right under the seat in front of you. Even your rolling carry-on isn't completely safe anymore. With how packed flights are these days, airlines often make passengers gate-check their roller bags at the last minute. That means your medicine can end up in the cargo hold without you realizing it, and once that bag leaves your sight, it's out of your control. Now, picture this. You land perfectly on time, but your bag doesn't. Somewhere between connections, it got delayed or lost. Inside it, your insulin, your heart medication, something you need today, not next week. Maybe it arrives tomorrow, maybe in 3 days, or maybe it's gone for good. Suddenly, you're in a strange city, or worse, another country, rushing to find a doctor, filling emergency prescriptions out of pocket, and losing precious vacation days to stress. That one mistake turns a relaxing trip into a full-blown health crisis. So make this your first packing reflex. Before you even think about chargers or snacks, put your medications in your personal item. It's the single easiest way to protect both your health and your trip from chaos.
Prescription pills, bottles versus organizers. Now, let's talk about another area that confuses a lot of travelers: how to carry your prescription pills. The question everyone asks: can I use my weekly pill organizer, or do I need to bring all those bulky pharmacy bottles? Well, the answer depends on where you're headed. If you're flying within the US, the TSA is generally relaxed about this. Their focus is on safety, not what medications you're taking. So yes, you're allowed to use a pill organizer. You don't have to drag every original bottle with you. But here's a small travel hack. Even though the TSA doesn't require labeled bottles, having them can save you a lot of time. When an officer sees a clearly labeled prescription bottle with your name, the doctor's info, and the medication details, the screening process becomes quick and smooth. A pill box filled with random tablets, on the other hand, might raise questions. It doesn't happen often, but if it does, it can slow you down. So for domestic trips, pill organizers are fine, but original bottles make life easier. Now, when it comes to international travel, the rules change completely. This is where you want to be extra cautious. Every country has its own drug import laws, and foreign customs officers don't know you or your medical history. To them, an unlabeled pill organizer can look suspicious or worse, illegal. That's why when you're flying abroad, you should always carry your medicine in its original labeled pharmacy container. That label is your proof. It shows what the drug is, that it's prescribed to you, and who your doctor is. Make sure the name on that bottle matches the name on your passport too. It's a small detail that can save you a major headache at customs. So to sum it up, if you're flying within the US, a pill organizer is okay, but original bottles are smarter. If you're traveling internationally, only bring your meds in their labeled containers. No exceptions. It's the simplest way to avoid misunderstandings, long delays, and unnecessary stress.
Medically necessary liquids, TSA exemptions. Let's be honest, this is one of the biggest sources of airport stress for travelers. We've all memorized that old TSA rule. Every liquid has to be in a 3.4-ounce or 100 milliliter bottle, all neatly packed into one tiny quart-sized plastic bag. It's been drilled into our heads for years, so naturally people panic when they realize their prescription cream or cough syrup doesn't fit the rule and end up throwing away something expensive or medically important right at the checkpoint. But here's the part most travelers still don't know. For 2025, TSA's made this clearer than ever. Medically necessary liquids, gels, and aerosols are exempt from the 3.4-ounce rule. That's right. If it's for your health, it doesn't have to fit that tiny travel size limit. The TSA actually allows you to carry liquid medications in reasonable quantities for the length of your trip. And this covers a lot more than people realize. Prescription cough syrup, saline solutions, injectable medications, pre-filled pens, prescription creams and gels, ointments, and even cooling packs used to keep your medication cold. So, how do you make sure everything goes smoothly at security? 2 words: separate and declare. When you reach the checkpoint, take those medical liquids out of your main bag and put them in a clear, separate plastic bag. This signals to officers that these aren't your regular toiletries. Then when it's your turn, just say something simple like, "Hi, I have some liquid medications I need to declare." They'll screen those items separately, and that's it. No drama, no hassle. And here's something important most people don't realize. If you're uncomfortable with your medications going through the X-ray scanner, you can politely request a visual inspection instead. It's your right, and TSA officers are trained for that. The only mistake travelers make? Trying to hide their medical liquids. That's what triggers bag searches, unnecessary questions, and long delays. Be upfront, be calm, and you'll walk through security without any problems and without losing a single item you need.
Sharps and special equipment. What's allowed? Now, let's talk about something that makes travelers even more nervous. Flying with medical gear, like needles, injectors, or wearable devices. It sounds stressful, but once you understand TSA's process, it's actually very straightforward. Let's start with needles and syringes. Yes, you can bring them on a plane, but only when they're packed with the medication they're meant for. For example, if you're carrying insulin, you can bring your syringes or injector pens as long as the labeled insulin vial or pen is with them. The problem only happens when syringes are packed alone with no medication. That's what raises red flags. To be safe, keep them in a hard travel case or sharps container so nothing gets damaged or looks suspicious. The same rule applies to other essential medical devices: insulin pumps, continuous glucose monitors, also known as CGMs, EpiPens, inhalers, all perfectly allowed on board. If you're wearing a device, like a pump or monitor, let the TSA officer know before screening. You don't need to remove it, and you can request a pat-down instead of going through a body scanner if you're concerned about interference. And here's something every traveler with a medical condition should know: the TSA Cares program. It's one of the most helpful yet underused services out there. You can call their helpline at least 72 hours before your flight to ask questions about your specific situation, whether it's medication, devices, or screening concerns. They can even arrange for a TSA support specialist to meet you at the airport and help you through security personally. It's free, it's supportive, and it makes traveling with medical needs so much easier. The bottom line? Communication is your best travel tool. A calm explanation like, "I'm wearing an insulin pump," or "This case holds my injectable medication," can turn what feels like a stressful moment into a smooth, respectful interaction.
Okay, quick pause for a moment. By now, you should already be feeling a lot more confident about traveling with your medications. If this guide is helping you, do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button. I post new travel guides every week to help you travel smarter, safer, and stress-free. Your support not only motivates me, but it also helps me create more in-depth guides like this one. And while you're at it, check out my TSA-Approved Travel Essentials. They are game changers for anyone flying with meds. Over-the-counter medications. Now, let's get back to the essentials. We've been focused on prescription medications, but what about the little lifesavers? The Advil for a sudden headache, the Benadryl for surprise allergies, or the Imodium for those unpredictable stomach issues. Over-the-counter medications are a crucial part of any travel first aid kit, and knowing the rules can save you serious headaches at the airport. If you're traveling within the US, you'll be glad to know the regulations are very relaxed. You can bring as many over-the-counter pills as you want, whether it's Tylenol, allergy meds, or anything similar. The TSA doesn't care if you mix them in a small pill organizer or keep them in the original bottles, so long as they're clearly identifiable. For liquid OTCs like contact solution or cough syrup, the same exemption for medically necessary liquids applies. Just make sure to declare them at the security checkpoint and you're good to go. But here's the critical part most travelers miss: international flights. Even common medications that are legal in the US can be restricted in other countries. This is where mistakes can get expensive or even land you in legal trouble. For instance, pseudoephedrine, the main ingredient in Sudafed, is banned in Japan because it can be misused to make drugs. Codeine-containing painkillers and cough syrups are treated as controlled substances in countries like Greece or the UAE. Even diphenhydramine found in Benadryl may be restricted in certain destinations. The takeaway? You cannot assume that your usual OTC meds are allowed worldwide. Before you pack, research every single medication you plan to bring, even the safe ones. A quick check on your destination country's official embassy website is a small step that can prevent big headaches later. And remember, having clear labels and keeping medications organized will speed up security and reduce stress. Pro-level organization. Pack like a pro. You've done your research, gathered your documents, and now it's time to pack like a true travel pro. The key to stress-free security is a dedicated medical kit. Don't mix your medications with your regular toiletries or electronics. Keep everything in a single, clear bag. This kit should include all your prescription pill bottles, any medically necessary liquids, gels, or creams, your doctor's letter, and copies of your prescriptions. When you reach the security checkpoint, you can simply pull out this one organized kit and place it in its own bin. This not only speeds up the screening process, but also reduces anxiety, because TSA knows exactly what they're dealing with. Organization here is your shield against delays and unnecessary scrutiny. Before you zip up your bag, do a final check. Make sure you've packed enough medicine for the entire trip, plus at least an extra week. Flight delays, cancellations, or lost luggage can happen, and having a buffer ensures you won't face a medical emergency far from home. Remember, filling a US prescription overseas is often difficult or impossible. Another pro tip: have both physical and digital backups of your documents. Keep the paper copies inside your medical kit, then take clear photos of everything and store them on a cloud service like Google Drive and on your phone. If your bag goes missing, this digital backup could save you hours of stress and potentially a medical crisis.
That heart-pounding feeling in the security line, the worry that your essential medications might get lost or confiscated, can be completely avoided when you prepare the right way. By keeping all your medications in your personal bag, you ensure they stay with you at all times, eliminating the risk of delays or emergencies caused by lost luggage. Using original labeled bottles for pills, especially on international flights, not only proves the legitimacy of your medication, but also speeds up the screening process. For medically necessary liquids, gels, and creams, the TSA exemptions for 2025 mean you can bring what you need without worrying about the 3.4-ounce limit, as long as you declare them properly. If this guide has made your travel preparation easier, hit the like button to show your support, and subscribe for more essential tips for stress-free 2025 travel. With the right preparation, airport security doesn't have to be intimidating. It can just be another smooth step on your journey to new experiences.